I don't give a damn. All I really know is that today here I am. I didn't get in it till, didn't die a young man. But the night's still young. Devils and demons got guns. I watch racism evolve, gave birth to daughters.
Another person, that's how in my lower self, that's how I interpreted it. But it kept coming back to me. Other people who I had met on the same path of following their higher self had come to me and said, bro, I got some game, and you're one of them. You've always come to me and said, hey, bro, I got some game from right here. And I've always told you the same thing since we was kids. Bro, I'm getting my game from somewhere else. I ain't trying to hear that. And then when we talk about it, we always come back and go, yo, but we on the same point. I see what you're saying, so I respect your game and where you got it from. And then I start thinking, well, shit, John and all Moses and all of them guys, Jesus, they must have been on the same shit I be on. And then I realized, oh shit, I'm part of this shit. It's the same, those guys created me.
Now hold on. Stop there. Because if you were on the same stuff that they were on, then you would have gone and studied in other libraries around the world like Jesus did. And sat with the Pharisees and people like we're doing now. And not try to become a part of their organizations, but allow the truth of your discernment. See, that's the difference. It's not saying you're walking through this blind. It's saying you're studying to show yourself approved. What should I study? Myself. When you're done studying that, what should I study? Yahshua said, Noble. Drew Ali, the Honorable Prophet. You should study yourself some more. So what you're telling me is, hey, I'm studying myself. Guess what? I was doing that in the same way that you were. You did? Do you understand? You got to hear me though. You see, the same, it's in my heart. I don't need to go outside of myself when the truth is here because of the pain that I have felt through the ambiguity and the lies and the misinformation and the misrepresentations and the opinions and the personal translations of, you understand? And all of that brought up and forced to go to a church where I looked at somebody, didn't look like me whatsoever. I just wanted to be white as snow. Do you understand? Now, hold on. You got to stick with me.
When I was in church,
you got to stick
I
with
didn't
me
look
because
at
I gave you that, right?
Right.
So can I get it back?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you.
All right, rock on. Because see, what we're doing here is the same as they have done, except technology has made it possible for us to not have to know how to read and write. We just have to know how to talk or speak. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, the energy that we put into this is for the same reasons, bro. When you wanted to learn how to do that job and they gave you the employee manual, or as a matter of fact, if your money wasn't right at your gig and you were on contract at your gig, would you or would not?
Yeah, if you can't read.
Would you or would you not read that contract in somebody else's interpretation? Those aren't your words. That's their interpretation of what you should be doing. And at the end of the day, whatever it says in that contract sounds pretty freaking lame. But you make it your own, right?
Depends on the contract.
The one that's paying your bills right now. And you made it your own. You're doing it Dre contract way. You've learned where you can expand the parameters of it. You've learned.
Nah, I can't do it my own. If it's in the contract, and I'm doing it to the way of the contract.
You've personalized it.
I have personalized it. Yeah.
Okay, so there we are. So you personalized this contract, but you still read it. It still says stuff you didn't necessarily care for. But it says some stuff that you could really take away from it and use to improve your life. So why can't I give the same consideration to people who set out to improve my life from junk by studying in places like Egypt, Timbuktu, Ghana, Mali, before any of these other places with the people who wrote what they wanted to write and it even had a library?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I get that.
And so now here's the thing. If it were not important for me to read the interpretations of people that liked me, didn't like me, liked ancestors or dark-skinned people or Negro, which is anything below a certain shade, why am I even conceiving of these things? Is because these words have created an impact in my life. And if there are words that create an impact in my life, you don't think I'm going to read those words too? You a fool. Because at the end of the day, whether I agree with them or not, There is something of value in there if you tried to cut me off from it. Because it allows me to understand.
There are no rules, bro. It's conscious.
Exactly. It's all abstract.
Yes, there are no rules.
But you got to be able to pierce the veil, bro. And that's the bottom line. Because there are rules, bottom line, whatever you want to say, there are rules that get your ass locked up if you don't understand what words pierce the veil. Whenever you're done.